There are so many ways to tell the story of Samoa. It's one of the oldest Chinese restaurants in America since around 1907. It had the world's rudest waiter. It's probably the only place to get the Cantonese style raw fish salad dish. I don't know, in the whole country today. It holds so many important memories for generations in San Francisco, and honestly, this is the only way to remember Samoa through people's story. Hi, my name is Christy, and this is the American Chinese Food Show. A few of you in the audience have asked me to work on Samoa pretty early on. You know how it's much harder to work on things that you care about because you feel like you can't afford to mess up? San Francisco Chinatown and its restaurants feel that way for me in this channel. Samoa is special. I'm not old enough to grow up having Samoa as my casual joint, but I'm old enough to remember it being an insider spot at its old location at 813 Washington. The place was about 10 feet wide and 3 floors high. You have to walk through the kitchen to go up the steep and narrow stairs. Food comes up on a dumbwaiter, hand pulled with a rope. San Francisco Chinatown used to be my comfort place after a long day at my first job out of college. I just started living on my own. It felt tremendously free, but also very lonely. I will always remember walking past Washington Street, seeing Samoa from the outside. Dim light emits through the colored glass windows on the second floor at dusk. It felt like a tender embrace telling me things are gonna be okay. One late night, I saw a couple sitting by the second floor windows. The shadows casted like in a shadow play, straight from a Wong Kar-wai movie. No wonder a reporter wrote in the 80s, Samoa is the kind of place you see in a movie. Nothing like it really exists, you tell yourself. There's truly magic in the early hours Samoa used to operate to every day. Poet Kenneth Rexroth, central figure to the San Francisco Renaissance of the Beat generation, wrote about the restaurant in 1930s in his poem, Another Early Morning Exercise. I walk along the street at 3 in the morning. It is spring in the last year of youth. I have been sitting in Samoa drinking cold aromatic liquor. What did Borodin do in Canton in 1927? The argument lasted 5 hours. My friend Sue sympathizes with the left opposition. He told me that I had murdered 40,000 bodies on Yellow Flower Hill. Those bodies are on your shoulders, he said. He ordered stewed tripe and wept eating it, clicking his chopsticks like castanets. Rexroth was not the only one. Samoa at one point housed many beatniks. The poets would go to Samoa for a post-reading Chinese supper and learn how to use chopsticks there. You probably know it already. It's not about the food. It's the people you're with, the conversations you have with them, as you slurp a bowl or two of jook, Chinese rice porridge. Being a gathering place from the get-go is one of the reasons why Samoa is special. It was a place for Siu Yeh, late night snacks in Cantonese. Siu Yeh culture is huge for Cantonese. Cantonese people stay up late. One says because our summers are really hot, you have to wait till way past midnight in order for the house to cool down to properly sleep. There's also tons of entertainment, mahjong parties that go all the way to dawn, night markets. Even my mom brought me to what we call the midnight movies in the theaters when I was a kid. The current owner of Samoa in an interview said, Samoa at the beginning sold mostly late-night snack dishes, jook, grass jelly, beef organs like tribes. What makes a late-night gathering more memorable is a shared experience that you can tell your friends about decades after it happened. Samoa had that too, in the form of insults from a waiter. Just about anyone who grew up in this area during the 1950s and 60s has an Edsel Fung story. Coined as the world's rudest waiter, Edsel was the son of Samoa's former part owner. If you took too long reading the menu, Edsel famously would say, "What is this, a library?" One time a customer asked for sweet and sour pork and a Coke. Edsel yelled, "No Coke, tea only. No sweet and sour. You see on menu, you get house special chow fun. No fork, chopsticks only. What do you want, fat man?" Who knows how much of what Edsel put up was an act? After all, he even appeared in Chuck Norris' movie An Eye for an Eye in 1981. Customers line up to get insulted anyway, and is part of the collective memory. Samoa's menu once wrote, "Be precise, be concise. You say what kind of vegetables you want. Fried shrimp is a ripoff, expensive, and not filling." Herb Caen wrote in his famous column Bad Dad by the Bay, "You read that at 3 a.m. on the third floor in Chinatown, and you know why San Francisco is still special." When the Washington location was ordered to close for health and safety reasons in 2012, there was still a sign taped to the wall that read, "No booze, no BS, no jive, no coffee, milk, soft drinks, fortune cookies." The new location on Clay Street opened in 2015. Though they no longer open till 3 a.m., they kept a lot of the artifacts from the old location like tables, signs, and also some of the dishes from the very beginning. Conan O'Brien in 2007 made one of his funny commercials for Samoa on his late night show. While he made fun of the restaurant, I was delighted to see raw fish salad being prominently featured. Raw fish has been served in jook joints since the turn of the last century in America. Here's a photo by Aino Ganthe in San Francisco Chinatown around 1900. A few kids sat next to a basement restaurant with a sign outside, "Wonton Sai Min, Yok Jook, Yu Sang," wonton noodles, meat, jook, and raw fish. Does it remind you of any restaurants? Yeah, Samoa today still kind of feels like that. That's how much Samoa tried to keep things the same. In 1982, only Sun Hong Hong and Asia Garden and Samoa were still serving raw fish salad in San Francisco. Today, only Samoa is left. I told Samoa's owner, Mr. Ho, how it's amazing he still keeps it on his menu, and he said it's been there this whole time. He's fighting to keep it even though it's been harder and harder to import preserved white melon, cha gua. Not many people today know what the dish is, since the waitress had to confirm with me that what I was ordering was not sushi. And it's a shame because the dish is amazing. I think the reason for Mr. Ho to keep the dish is the same as why he still keeps the restaurant the same after running it 40-something years. A service to the old patrons. Mr. Ho said everyone used to come have raw fish salad and the place was bustling. In the age of first Yelp, DoorDash, then COVID, I hope there's still room for us to come together, talk and eat like in the old times. That's it for today's episode. If you like our content, subscribe to the channel. See you soon.